There's no way I could have understood the gravity of everything that was going on behind the scenes with her.
I just felt like I couldn't do anything. Like, I wanted to be there for Stephen, but there was just nothing I could do.
Kia ora and welcome to Season 4 of Treading Water. Today I'll be talking with Jackson Garden-Bachop and Toby Kennett.
What was life like growing up for you both?
My dad played footy, so we moved around a lot. Started in Dunedin, moved to Wellington, then to England, then back to Wellington, all within the space of 8 years. So that was cool and exciting. Life was good till it wasn't. You know, there's a really loving, love-filled, happy childhood sprinkled with quite a bit of trauma through loss of life and divorce, and I suppose moving around can be quite traumatic for a young fella as well. So yeah, up and down.
We moved around a lot as well, and we moved back to Christchurch because Dad started getting a bit sick, and yeah, he obviously passed away. And then it's much the same, like, although there's trauma and loss and sadness in there, like, I had a pretty happy, fulfilling childhood that I look back on, and I'm pretty stoked that it happened.
When you were a kid, your mum got sick. Do you remember when you found that about her getting sick?
I remember my bedroom was the first off the hallway from the main living area, and I remember one night, late at night, a doctor came around, or a nurse came around, and had a long talk with Mum and Dad. And I remember one morning, Mum had gone into hospital. We didn't know that yet, but Dad sat us down and just sort of explained everything that was going on. She'd been diagnosed with leukaemia and didn't really understand everything that meant and entailed, and that was going to come with that.
She was a pretty incredible woman, what she's done for sport and the mum she was to you guys. I know she was sick, but most of the memories of her and how healthy she was.
Yeah, well, obviously I was young and naive and pretty oblivious to like the bigger picture of everything that was going on. So at face value, I just took what Mum was doing and still running us around to all our sports, still coaching teams, still running events, and still being involved with all her friends and stuff, and still extremely energized in everything she did. So, you know, I was 8 when she got sick. As a young kid then, there's no way I could have understood the gravity of everything that was going on behind the scenes with her.
And Toby, what do you remember, I guess, about your dad?
I don't remember, like, any signs of struggle from him, like, at all, really. Every time I spent with him, it was positive. Like, even leading up to him passing, we were doing normal things together. Like, he taught me how to ride a bike, we were playing video games, like going to rugby trainings and stuff like that. And I can't remember a time that he was struggling, so all my memories of Dad are pretty positive, which is a blessing.
When did you understand or realise how he had passed away, and how did that affect you?
So he passed away when I was like 7, or something, 6 or 7, something like that. And at the time, I just thought it was an accident. Didn't really know what sort of accident, but started asking questions and stuff. And Mum would have told me when I was about 14 or 15 on how he actually passed away. And I remember for a while after that, it felt like I was going through it again. That was pretty tough. Like I could understand Dad leaving, it being an accident, but to know that he sort of made the choice to leave was it did break my heart as a teenager. I've had that battle, and I've come to forgive him, and I can understand like how it feels to be like a man going through some pretty tough times.
Stephen and Bao, do you remember when they got together and the first time you guys met and became brothers for the first time?
After Dad passed away, I asked Mum for a brother for Christmas because I only had two sisters. And I really wanted a brother, and then I got Jackson and Connor, and then now Bo, and then Georgia as well, and Eva, so yeah, I love it, to be fair. I did love it then, I still love it now, so.
I was probably more hesitant in the beginning. I was pretty staunch on, I remember my belief being Dad's had kids with my mum, like, we don't need any more. But that quickly changed once I met my brothers and sisters. I mean, yeah, no, it's been pretty epic since then. It's probably the main thing that's kept us all going through a lot of hard times, I think. And it's also the thing that makes everything extra special when the good times are happening too.
How have you dealt with the grief and trauma? Have you guys had access to psychologists or professionals? And if so, have you found that helpful?
Yeah, I've been off and on counselling and therapy and stuff my whole life, or since my dad passed away. And I'm currently seeing someone at the moment, yeah.
Do you find it helps?
For me, yeah, 100%. Just helps me think of things in a different light. Just nitpicking any situation, like to why you feel that way, and that it's all good to feel that way. I think it definitely helps me a lot.
Yeah, I've been the same. Been to a couple of good experiences, a few bad ones too. For me, it comes down to the relationship with the counsellor or the therapist there, because it's a pretty daunting thought to go and open up and talk about everything that's gone on. The couple times that I've got crap responses or just hasn't connected, it's just been draining. So yeah, my wife and I went to a therapist for a while. She was really good, both for couple and individual. I had a good psychiatrist through Moana Pacifica that I saw about 4 or 5 times this season. He was awesome. Currently don't have one, need to get one, but in that stage of thinking about restarting that relationship again and trying to find a good one. I know how important it is, and that's the difference probably now as I understand that, whereas with Mum I never would have understood that and would have just been happy to keep going on with it.
Unfortunately, you weren't meant to come back to Wellington and to play. Do you remember getting that phone call and how you found out and the emotions during that moment?
It's pretty surreal thinking back on it. It's a huge blur. We just got back from Spain and we're just getting back into our to where we were living in France, and we were just about to go out in the car day to day. And Rosie just handed me the phone before I got in the driver's seat, and then yeah, Georgia just told me, and it was, yeah, it's fucked. Yeah.
For you, Toby, when did you find out about Connor?
I just come back from dinner for Mum's birthday, and one of Stephen's friends was at the front door. I was like, yo, what are you doing here? And he's like, you've got to let me in. Like, is Stephen in there? I'm like, yeah, Stephen's here. He'll just be asleep. And he's like, oh, can you let me in, please? Can you let me in, please? And then I went and got Stephen, brought them out, and then that's when we got the phone call from Auntie Tina, who said that Connor had passed away and they were taking his body out now. And yeah, that was the worst few hours of my life, I reckon. Yeah, Stephen's reaction, I just felt like I couldn't do anything. Like, I wanted to be there for Stephen, but there was just nothing I could do. I had to try. Yeah, it was just chaotic. Yeah. nothing I could do would make that moment any better. It was just the worst.
Spoken about him whenever he entered a room, he lit up the room, he had this infectious smile. Can you talk about Connor and who he was and how he made people feel?
He was just so real and so himself, you know?
So comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
And so confident. And just being an idiot.
Yeah.
And owning it and being happy. Because yeah, I'd say obviously got to work with him, and that would be our Monday mornings was just wait till CGB walks in the room, and you know everything feels a bit lighter. Yeah, special kid, man.
Now, Norths has been a massive part of your family for such a long time, and now they've got the Sue and Connor bench seat out there. How much does that mean to you both?
Oh, that's cool. The Porirua City Council and Norths allowing us to do that is really cool, because we love this club. Connor and Mum love this club, and everyone here loved them as well. So, like Toby says, they got the best seat in the house for everything, and they'll never miss another Prem's game. Norths has been a part of my family specifically since the late 90s. When we moved to Wellington for Dad to play for the Hurricanes, Mum became the first woman to coach a men's Premier team here. So that's where that connection started, and when we moved back from the UK in 2002, we came straight back into the juniors here, myself and Connor. And that carried on the whole way through. Mum was coaching me all through juniors there. So it was only natural that Toby joined the Norths family. When they came up here, there was no really other option for him.
I was a rugby league player until I came to Welly, and then came here and straight into Norths. And growing up, it was my favourite time of the week was playing on Saturday with my mates for Norths. Seeing Stephen around the club, he was helping out with my team back in the day, and then going from my game on Saturday to come watch Jackson and the boys play here when I was still young as. I knew that Norths was the team that I wanted to play for. Got to captain this year for the first time, which was seriously like one of the biggest honours that I've had in my rugby career so far. Yeah, I love this club and everything it's done for me, and it's a huge part of the reason I am who I am today.
Because the rugby side of it is one thing that we love, but also just the community and the family vibe, both at Norths and just in Porirua in general. You know, we talk about in our family no judgment, and we know that you come here and we're just Jackson and Toby. It doesn't matter who you are, you come in and you're loved.
Having hope in life is so important. Do you both, you spoke about it, but both have hope for your futures and for the life you want to live?
I'm pretty rock solid with the idea of who I am and who I want to be. I think that's pretty important, and like I said, I don't see a future where I'm not leading a happy, fulfilling life.
I mean, there's times you want to scream at the world.
Yeah, and those times you probably should scream at the world. That's all good. Being comfortable, being angry, sad, all the negative stuff, you also have to be comfortable being positive and optimistic. Those hormones and emotions that come into your body when you're feeling what you feel, that's just the world.